Okay, word problems. Okay, so basically, I'm just going to kind of read this question quickly, that back in the day, when there used to be buffalo, when they wanted, this is going to sound really bad, but when they wanted to get the buffalo for meat, what they did was they actually herded them, and they got them towards a cliff, and then they ran them off the cliff. Okay, so that was something happening. So can you imagine buffalo running towards a cliff and then falling? Okay, so this is the equation. F of x is the height. That's the height. And it says x is the time. Okay, so that's what we know. Okay, we're going to get our calculators, and we're going to let it do the work for us. Okay, so you're typing in your calculator negative 4.9 x squared plus 12. Okay, I'm going to zoom 6 it. And I can't see the top. I'm going to just give my window Y max 15. Okay, so I'm looking at a downward parabola. This is what I'm looking at on my screen.
Wait, did you say negative 4.9 x squared plus 12?
Yeah. Are you not looking at your paper? Is it not in front of you?
Where's time going? What is time from?
Time is the time that's elapsed, is our x variable, and our y variable is height. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
That confused me.
It's yeah, I'm really skinny. Okay. Now, I know that this is the graph, but when it contains a word problem, do you understand that part of this graph technically won't exist? What? What doesn't exist in this?
Negative time. Yeah.
Negative time. So guess what? This part of my graph really doesn't exist. And this would be the start of my graph. In this context, what is going on visually in the context? What's happening with the buffaloes right here? That's where they're jumping off the cliff. The height happens to be 12. At the time of 0, the height is 12. They're 12 meters high. They jump off. Now, actually, there's more part of this graph that doesn't exist. What else?
You're not going underground.
They're not going to be going into the ground. So what would you say is happening in real life if I put a point right there? They did what right there? They died. They splatted.
They cracked their head.
They hit the ground. So here's the question. How long was the buffalo in the air? What kind of coordinate would I want to find? Which coordinate would I want? I want this right there. Okay, what is it called? Second trace a 0, left, right, and I'm going to put seconds on that because it told me. Okay, so I read the question with the time and it did say it was in seconds, so that's why I put that. Okay, number 2, we're going to do that one. We have a ball that's getting thrown from a bridge. So you're standing on a bridge throwing a ball. Okay, let's graph it. We're just going to go right into our calculator. So go y equals, give me that.
Can we use an x as the t?
Oh, yes, you have to, yes. In your calculator, yeah, that's what you're doing. Just understand that in life it's a t, but in calculator it's an x. So. I need to make my y even higher yet to see. There we go. I did a 20 height. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. And we have height as a variable and time again. The time and the height of the ball. Okay, I'm going to understand that that part of my function is not working because it's a negative time. Tell me in real life at this point what's going on. It's where you're throwing it from. You're starting to throw it. It's in your hand at this point, right? You're about to throw it. Then Artemis says the ball is going to go upward, right? When you throw a ball, it usually starts going up. And then it's going to go down. Right here, what happens to it? It hits the water. We could actually go under the water with a ball, right? That makes sense, not like in the ground. I don't know. Obviously, eventually it doesn't keep going down, down, down forever in the water, but... Okay. First question. When is the ball 16 meters above the water? So what am I going to do if I'm trying to figure out when it has a height of 16? Y2. Okay, know that strategy from what we just did. So Y2 is 16. Okay. Are you noticing there's going to be 2 answers on yours? Does that look right where you're intersecting? Does it look something like that? Okay. Can you get both of them? Okay, I got 0.31 seconds And then on the next, I got 1.32 seconds. Because it says when. It doesn't say what's the point, the coordinate of the point or anything like that. It just says when. Okay, next. We're good with that? Intersections? When is the ball 12 meters above the water? So same thing, we just got to change this to a 12. So y2, put it as a 12. Okay, I drew kind of a zoomed in version of what I'm seeing. What can you tell me about this intersection as an answer? What do you think? It doesn't exist because the time is negative, so that's not existing. So don't even find that as an answer. All I'm looking for is that intersection, okay? So I need you to understand no negative time on this. Okay, question C. Oh, sorry, I didn't. 1.85 match? Okay. Is the ball ever 18 meters above the water? Explain. Okay, I'm going to have two strategies for this. One thing we could do is find the max height. Can you find the max height? So I'm also going to erase that 12 out of there, by the way. I got rid of the line because I don't need it anymore. So calculate the max left and right. And I'm looking specifically at what's the highest height it got up to. 17.27. So I would answer no, it's not going to get to 18. How do I know? The highest is 17.27. So no. Okay, I'm going to show you another thing I could have done. I could have done a line at 18 and then look, just never gets there, right? Never reaches the 18 mark. So I don't know, whatever way you like, either way. Okay, so there's another strategy. You could just say a height of 18 and then you notice that your visual never reaches there. Okay, last question. When does it hit the water? So I need you to find a 0. So this is the one you're looking for. Can you do a 0, left, right? Let's see if we can match. Okay, 2.69. Seconds. Okay, obviously, I'm not going to worry about that 0 because it's the non-existing part of the graph. Okay, let's go to this bus company one. Okay, it says a bus company charges $2 a ticket and they want to raise a price. The revenue they're making is given by this equation. X is the number of 10-cent increases and the R part is the revenue. Okay, so let's graph this thing. Okay, I'm gonna have to really change my window, I think. So maybe just insert it and then we'll talk about our window. Okay, so R, in other words, the Y part of the variable, is the revenue, and I already have a $25,000 right here. So we gotta go big. I don't know, what do we wanna go to? So go window, go Y max. What do you want? Should we just put like a 35,000 in there on the Y max? And what do you think would be a good scale to jump by then? If you're doing all the way up to 35,000, what do you want to do here? 5,000s? Okay, mine's pretty flat.
Mine's different.
What do we have as a window? The same?
Yeah. Oh, 10, 1, 10.
Who else needs me to go back to my Y screen? Make sure we have the same thing typed in there.
Oh no, it's still the same. Y.
Go back to your Y screen. Is it this? Negative 40, bracket, X, subtract 5, bracket squared, plus 25 with 3 zeros.
Oopsie.
There. Okay, you know what else I'm going to do? I think I'm going to change my X now that I see it. I want more left and right, okay? So let's go to our window. We're going to go negative 20 to 40. I'm just guessing here. Oh, that's actually pretty good. I did negative 20 to 40. And I jumped by 5s. Evans, is yours fixed now? No. No, okay. I'll just... Ah.
Mine keeps saying quit.
Mine's just like a curve. What do yours look like? South, negative, why is mine like this? Mine's just a curve.
Wait, what do you mean?
I copied exactly what hers is. You do. Window, negative 20. Oh, it's your window. It's your window. It's 40. I just have 40.
Mine keeps saying quit.
Oh, there we go. It's a curve now.
I said it.
Okay, here's my window. Check it out. Try to negative 20 to 40, and I jumped by 5s. And then on the Y, I went from negative 10 to 35, 3 zeros, 1,000, and I jumped by 5,000s.
Okay, the last one, is it just a 1?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what that is. I've never changed it in my whole life.
Oh, okay, never mind. Cool, got it.
Okay. Yes? We like this?
Good enough.
Looks? No? Negative? Negative 20 to 40. Oh, you forgot the squared on that part?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll definitely change. Did you just have a line before?
Yeah.
I got mine up here, Jaden, if you need to see it.
To add.
Negative 40.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone looks appropriate? Okay, I'm just going to draw that out.
Good enough.
Okay, so we have revenue, the money revenue, and price increases is this variable. Okay, ready. The question talks about me ending up with a revenue of 21,000. What do you do as a strategy? I need to find a revenue of 21,000. You need a Y2 line, right? Because that's a Y, and you're trying to figure out when are we going to get there. So Y2 okay. I'm going to talk to you about price increases. So technically, this part of the graph shouldn't really exist because at that point we're now doing a price decrease, right? So I want to find, I needed that intersection, okay? I don't care about that one. I want that intersection. Enter, enter, enter. Okay, not my answer, but I got 15 out of that. Good, everyone found that number? Okay, so that is the number of price increases. So what is the actual price? So we started with a $2 ticket. Then we increased 15 times, and each increase was a 10 cents increase. So that's kind of the idea that I'm going with. Can you use your math skills to tell me that answer? Think about what you're doing. You're going 10 cents up, 10 cents up, 10 cents up. You're doing that 15 times. What are you ending up with here? You tell me. This is your math skills. You got to know your money. What are we going to do? Do I trust you as my cashier at a store? No, I shouldn't.
No, you shouldn't.
Sometimes I sit at the store when people are like trying to figure out the change, and then I'm just like, okay, I'm done. Like, just I need whatever, 4 quarters.
I have all of my calculator at work just to calculate.
No.
Is it $1.50? $3.50?
This is $1.50, which means I have to increase by $1.50.
No, I was thought we were just doing the bracket.
What?
From the bracket.
Because if I do 15 times 10 cents, which is really 0.1, and then I have to go. Oh. Okay, yeah. Okay, we're gonna go up to the Paulette question then. I skipped it, and now we're gonna go back. Okay, last question, and then I'll let you try some on your own. Paulette, is that one in there? Okay, she owns a store selling video games. She charges $10 for each game, and she sells 70 games. Okay, so we're gonna do this as a revenue. And we're going to do this. Price, numbers sold. Who asked what page I'm on? It's, you go found it? It's a Paulette. You got that one? 14. It went back to 14. Bottom 14. Okay. When you're selling video games, does this make sense to you? However much the price of the video game is times the video games that you sell will make you the money, right? Okay. She charges $10 for a game. So I'm going to put that, leave room, don't fill up your whole bracket. She charges you $10 a game. She sells 70 games. Okay. Each time she has a $1 increase in the price. So if the price goes up 1x, because I don't know how many times she's going to increase it, but every increase, then the result, she would sell 5 fewer games. Minus 5x. As in, if this goes up by 2, this would go down by 10. It has to have an x on it. My pre-calcers, you're going to be happy that we don't have to go any further with algebra. We just type in our calculator.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Finally.
This is the exact same thing we did in pre-calc, except for they did it all out from here by algebra by hand. Just type that in. You need brackets.
In the y-axis, or just trying to find the answer?
What?
Are you just in the y1?
I'm just doing in Y1.
Oh, okay.
Just type in.
Because we don't know what X is, so.
We don't know anything right now.
Oh, God, I have to lose.
Let's, I'm not going to graph this yet. I just have it typed in because I have to think about my window before I start here. Okay, revenue on the Y. What do we have right now? $10 times 70 games is what? 700. So should we try 1,000 for a Y window?
I'm so confused. Mine is just going straight up and down.
Which means you type something in wrong. Or your window, did you change your window yet?
Yeah, I zoomed out a ton.
Okay, well, let's go to the window here.
I'm going to do 900.
Can you give me a Y max of like 1,000? Because I thought the revenue at the start was 700, so that's where I got that number from. I'm going to jump by 100. What does it look like? Ooh, pretty good. So I did. I actually left my X's in there, but I changed my Y. Because before we were at 35,000, something crazy. I don't need that. Okay? That look okay now? No. Good? Does it look like that? Looks great. Okay. Okay, there are 2 questions. At what price should she sell her games to max the sales? What will her max revenue be? Every single question there means something about this point. So can you just give me the coordinate of that point and we'll figure out what's what? I got 2 and then 720. Anybody else giving that as just the coordinate? We haven't answered the question, that's fine. We'll just write that down right now. Okay, 2 questions. First one was, what's the price? The price is not $2. The 2 is helpful, but that's not the price. What do I have to do? I'm increasing by 2. So 10 increase by 2 means the price of the games, you're going to do a $12 game. And the other question was revenue, which is 720. So that one is just that. Okay, but please understand this X, the 2 is not the price. Your variable would be not price, your variable would be increases, and this variable would be revenue. Does that make sense? In this kind of word problem, yeah.